Hey, how's it going? My name is JUSTINKACE, and I want to talk to you about how to get that Wi-Fi hotspot or CBRS radio off the proof of coverage banned list. So a while back, there was this notification that we received via our Helium wallets that said important coverage verification required starting September. And in September, basically, both mobile hotspots as well as CBRS radios providing coverage in hexes with an Oracle boost multiplier of zero point 0.5 or higher will now require coverage verification by Helium mobile subscribers via cellular tower correlation to continue receiving proof of coverage rewards. So if you don't get that verification, which is known right now as a call detail record or CDR, then yeah, you get on a banned list. So many people, after this was implemented, got on the banned list. They don't know how to get off. They don't know what to do. I saw your saw your messages to me. I want to be able to help, but I want to be clear before I get started with this. I don't have this issue because I am in a Oracle Boost Multiplier hex of less than 0.5. I believe the highest that I have gotten is 0.46 or zero point 0.4. I believe my CBRSs are at like 0.36. So I just haven't had to worry about it. I've tried to deal with it, but I haven't had to worry about it. So many of you, though, are, and you've come to me asking for advice. I can tell you how I was preparing for it before I realized that I didn't need to worry about it. And then that's the best I can do. I'm going to show you what I recommend to do. But keep in mind one thing. They check this CDR every week. So it could take somewhere between, it could be instantaneous or it could take a whole week, 7 days before you know that it worked. So keep that in mind. If you do this, wait 7 days. See if you then get unbanned. I don't really know when it happens. I'm sure you can go on Discord and somebody can tell you. But I personally don't know because, again, I haven't had to worry about it. Okay, so that being said, the first thing you need to think about, and we're going to talk about this in terms of the mobile hotspots first because that's the easiest situation, is that, like it says, you need to have coverage verification by a Helium mobile subscriber. That means that you have to have a Helium mobile subscription for your phone service. Now, if you don't have that, then you got to get one. Here is my QR code in order to get that service. This will get you a 30-day trial. You can also just use my refer a friend code to get that, but it'll get you a 30-day trial so you can get up and running with their plan. Now, once you get the plan up online on a phone, you're going to want to go and make a phone call first in order to, through their regular subscription service in order to hit one of those T-Mobile cell towers. So you're going to have to hit one of the cell towers first, make a phone call, make it 30 seconds long, whatever, just to make sure that it is recorded. And then after you do that, you're going to want to do it again, but you're going to want to go in and, of course, connect via Wi-Fi to your Helium hotspot. You're going to want to go on your network. You want to connect to Helium Mobile. So get nice and close to that hotspot. Make sure you're connected, and then you're going to want to make a phone call that is going to use that service. So I would recommend going in then, going back to your settings. Now that you know you're using Wi-Fi, go under cellular and make sure that you are able to do Wi-Fi calling. Wi-Fi calling is on. So make a phone call through there. In fact, transfer some data. Do whatever. Make sure, though, it knows that you are using their service, that you've used their service via Wi-Fi to both make a phone call, download some data, as well as you've hit the T-Mobile tower so that it knows the same phone is used both. And then, yes, you're going to have to wait at least, maybe not a week. I mean, it might be the next day, depending on when they do this check. I don't know when it is, like I said, but once they do it, they should be able to verify the CDR and your ban would be lifted. So that is one way to go. Again, you definitely want to make sure that it is doing Wi-Fi calling through your hotspot. All right. So that one's an easy one. And one thing I want to mention before we get into what to do when it comes to your CBRS radio is that I am uploading videos right now of films that I've made recently. Over the past year, I've made about 12 films with friends. I'm putting them online. Not all of them I'm putting online, just the ones that I personally have been a producer of, or maybe I've written and directed. And I got into helium mining because that's what I'm into. I like making films, and I wanted a way of creating some passive income to pay for making these films. So please watch them. Let me know what you think. Definitely working on my craft and want your opinions. So again, really appreciate your time. Okay, the second issue that's going to come up is when it comes to a CBRS radio. CBRS, quite frankly, does not have the ability to accept data through the normal plan. So what you need to do is actually get their beta SIM set up. So this is going to be a little more tricky to do, and for those of you who have a CBRS radio, you're going to need to know this. So first of all, you're going to want to go and make sure, I should have said this earlier. My apologies. One thing you also may want to check if this doesn't work, whether it is your CBRS radio or it is your helium hotspot, is that you have continuous connectivity turned on. You're going to want to go onto your builder dashboard, hotspots.helium.com, and verify that continuous connectivity is on. As it says here, you're providing coverage for Helium Mobile subscribers who have reached their rewardable data limit. So if the data limit is causing the ability for you not to do it, yeah, you need this on just to make sure. I know, for example, that some of my systems, like this one here, this is my CBRS, and I have never gotten rewarded data through it, but as you can see, I have 2.35 gigabytes of unrewarded. So, yeah, unrewarded is going through. And maybe it's because, again, as I said before, it is using this CBRS UX beta. So let's talk about it. So the first thing, and I can only tell you this, by the way, I do apologize, but I can only tell you this for iPhones. I don't have an Android device. I can't show you on Android. But if you do have an iPhone, you're first going to go in Safari and sign into your account. In Safari. You have to do it in Safari. I often forget because I'm a Chrome guy, but you have to do it in Safari. So go in Safari, and under beta, you're going to see the CBRS radio testing. So it requires you have either iOS 17 or Android 14. I obviously have used it before. I've deleted it now so I can show you through my system. But here we go. We're going to revisit the setup. So it asks me if I want to view the steps for iOS 17 or Android 14. Obviously iOS 17 because I'm on an iPhone. Click continue. Now it's telling me the process here in order to set up the eSIM. So your phone needs to be able to use two eSIMs at the same time. I tried doing this on a phone that couldn't, and yeah, didn't work. So something else to consider, you need to be able to have eSIM. But by the way, you may notice some of this says, yeah, don't turn this on, or don't delete this. Don't delete this. Yeah, I deleted it, but it seems to still work. So, okay. I guess if it doesn't work, they'll have told you, like, you shouldn't have deleted it. So, yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm going to use manual entry because I can't scan it. Certainly, I could take a photo of this and then, use the phone to watch that, but that's a pain. So I'm just going to go into manual entry. So here it is. Here's the information I need. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back here to cellular, and I'm going to add eSIM. There it is, right big there. Add eSIM. Okay, use QR code. I would, but I don't have one, so I'm going to enter details manually at the bottom, and now I can go and paste, and now I need the activation code, so I'm going to go and copy the activation code, copy, and I need to paste it here, and then I need to confirm it here, and then I need to click on next. All right. So it does take a little while for this to work, both for it to find it and then to activate it. So activation, I don't know, it takes 30 seconds, a minute, not sure. We're just going to wait it out here. Okay, I'm going to click done now. Okay, now one other thing it asks to do is to label these. If I go to, I've installed my eSIM. It says here to label it, configure it, CBRS UX. And it does list the other one as Helium, so I actually did that. I'm going to change my primary here, and I'm going to label it Helium. And I'm going to label my other one CBRS UX. There we go. Done. And now I'm going to click continue. So now they're ready to go. Let's see what the next step is. So navigate to cellular data switching, toggle it on. Okay. So wait, I'm just going to choose Helium as the one I prefer. Click continue. Let it use the systems it says. Okay, there it goes. So for cellular data, use CBRS UX, but allow cellular data switching. So just like it shows right here. So I got it. I'm going to click done. So that's been added now. Now I say I've configured. Now it says using Safari. It says specifically, this is why I talked about it. It's asking to install this geofence profile to make sure that it comes on when we are around a CBRS. So you need to be on Safari and download the profile. So I'm going to click download profile, click allow, and then close it. Click continue. You only really need to do step 1. Step 2 is if you mess something up basically and you needed to use the mail app. But step 1 basically goes back here and you'll go back under settings and you'll see profile downloaded right there. And you'll click on profile downloaded and yeah, you'll install it. And once it's installed, that's pretty much it. You are done. Let's just verify that. Yay, I've installed my profile. Yay, I've joined the program. All right, I can return home. All right, so now that I'm done, now as you can see in that top corner right over there, it shows that we are connected via Wi-Fi, Helium Mobile, just like I did before. But it's also got those top lines and the bottom lines, and that's because at the bottom it's using the Helium for phone calls, and at the top it is showing that I'm connected to my CBRS tower in my house. So now I have to make sure, one, I get a phone call through so it knows. So definitely make a phone call. I would first go to Wi-Fi, turn it off. We don't need to work with Wi-Fi. Point being is it's going to be using cellular data. As it says there, cellular data through your CBRS, and it's going to use voice via Helium. So I would make a phone call, send a text that is using Helium. I would definitely make a phone call because whenever I do a text, it jumps over to CBRS because that's data and it says it's the data thing. So make a phone call for at least 30 seconds that is using Helium. And then after that, download some data, do some data transfer, do a speed test, basically use the CBRS. Send a text even, like I said, because I believe that will use your data. So once you've done those kind of things, you may need to wait up till a week, but you should be unbanned. Okay, that was a lot. I appreciate your patience and time on this. I hope this helps you. Good luck, everybody, getting off that POC ban list. It is annoying, as well as this cough, which is... I don't still have a bad cough, but that's why I stopped making videos for like 3 months. I just had a ridiculous cough that went on and went on and went on. I don't know if I had gotten COVID that caused it or it was just a flu in the middle of the summer, but whatever it is, I'm so glad that I can talk again. All right, everyone. Thank you for your time. Have a great evening and good luck getting off the POC ban list.